Morning. Welcome in. Woo! So, today, we're actually revisiting this classic mini-game experience that we're working on in Unity. So, let's just play through it real quick. See what the first thing we want to work on is. But, yeah, I want to get this in a publishing position. But for those of you familiar with the sandbox, might recognize some of these characters. So I know, and I'm actually going to make a little list here. It says, a latte to do. It's a to-do list. I've got a latte to do. Alright. So, we got to make Seb talk. Seb's going to give us the quest. And the quest is going to be, pick up my coins. So, Seb, quest, dialogue. We're going to improve the coin UI. But good morning. Holly was here first. Welcome in, Holly. Wogue Zombie. What's happening? Hope you're having a nice day. Sparky Snickle, welcome. Good morning. Tom Voxel. Hey, Tom. How you doing? We're playing through the game here. Good morning, good morning. Here, I'll move the channel points over. What else? We do need to revisit some of these chat bubbles. I can't jump. There we go. But you can see when I jump, my characters are also not locked to the x-axis, I think. So it's like bending backwards and forwards. So let's see. Lock character axis. We do need to change some of the chat bubbles. He's not actually going to say that. I know we still need like music and sound effects. We did add the coin sound. Although I'm unsure if we should be hearing anything right now. So that's something to keep in mind. So it looks like Wizard of the Orange does have the correct axis lock. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, today's going to be a learning day in Unity. If you have questions about Unity. I won't say I know much, but I will say that I'm happy to answer what I can. So, let's take a quick look at Wizzy the Orange here and see what he has compared to Wizzy the Black, because one of these we want to convert over. So we can see he has an animation list. We can see he has a box collider, and he has the talking script. Then we also have super excited. Welcome in, Paul. Hope you're doing well, Paul. And Kirito, QP, welcome. So we have a look at player, which seemed to be working fine. Looks like I disabled it. Now if I were to look at, Wizzy the Black here. By comparison, looks like we disabled the look at player script. So we're not even using the look at player script. But on my Wizzy the Black, he doesn't even have it. So, and we removed a few things. So it's probably hiding in the animation agree script. So we'll give this another test after disabling that script. Nervex, what's up, dude? Now, sometimes Unity does not let me play the game. It's like every other time it needs to restart like an extra time, which is a little bit annoying, but whatever. At least it still works. There we go. So now the game started. So by disabling that look animation, he no longer is rotating on the wrong axis. So that is the script we're going to be looking at. So I'm going to open up both scripts, the animation talk, and we're going to open up the Wizzy the Black script, which is animation agree. Garnican, welcome. Good morning. Or good afternoon. Or good evening. Okay, so Visual Studio Code. So, just comparing these two scripts, we can see I have added the look at rotation and direction Y. He will no longer rotate on the Y-axis. And I did not add that to my other scripts yet. We can check that one off the list. So right now it's set, trigger, and then transform look at. It's getting the player position. That seems to be the only thing that changed. We do need the animator set here. So this is agree, is the name of the animation. And so basically I set up a trigger in the animation component. We can see what that looks like real quick. It does have to load scripts pretty often. Rivers and Art, hello there, welcome. Go West, good morning. Now, some other things that I was hoping to tackle today here in Unity was doing some level design in HDRP. We did that last week, but essentially I want to make a beach. I want to make a beach. So, that's on the agenda for today. Thanks everybody for just stopping in, just saying hi. Alright, so we're taking a quick look at the animator here. So this is my Wizzy animator. Basically, the characters have these options of animations to play. And so it's using the animations imported from VoxEdit. So the default animation is idle. So basically, as soon as the game starts, they're idling. But they have what are called triggers, which are these here on the left. So we have idle, talk, AFK, appreciate, agree, dance, enchantment. And so if I tell them to do one of these triggers, it's going to activate the corresponding. So this is the trigger, this white line here. The trigger activates the corresponding animation. This could be called anything. Right now they're called like Talk 01, Appreciate 01. And so if I tell the game, hey, I'm activating AFK, that's going to send this trigger, which activates this animation, and then this animation will play. Now I can tell this animation to loop, or I can tell it, hey, when you finish playing your animation, automatically, so this is like an automatic trigger, or I can set it up to be whatever trigger. Like I could do, after AFK, go to appreciate. And so then it's doing the second trigger after the animation plays, and all of them are defaulting back to idle. So that's how it's currently set up. And so now we're putting all of the animations in a locked state. So we can now go back into the game. Hey Julie Sancho, welcome. So now, when I get close enough, he plays his animations. When I exit, he stops them. And he no longer is rotating to face me if I'm above him. So that was the problem before. Now these other characters will probably still have that bug. Oh, it looks like some of them I already fixed. Yeah, it looks like they're good. We'll take a quick look at their scripts though. So this is Visual Studio Code. I can tab through it, kind of like a folder structure to look through all my scripts. And it looks like I did already add it. There might be one or two that are missing it, as we saw with, was it the Black's script? But nope, looks like they're all there. Cool. Oh yeah. One thing I was trying or experimenting with was AI voices. So we might do a quick detour. Hey, play a game for fun. What's happening? Let's see. Demo. Window. Deep voice. What's something that a Wizzy should say? Well, we also have Seb's voice. Blue Tulip, what's up? Abracadabra, that's a good one. Donkoy, hi there, welcome. Takes you back to coding in Visual Basic. Good times. Is it good times? I like Abracadabra and Crikey. We'll add both. We'll do Abracadabra. And so now we're going to use one of the preview voices.
The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams.
So this is using Deepfake, I think is the name of the model. So these are like high quality. So we're going to use Obama's voice here. He's going to say abracadabra. We need him to say something else, though. But we'll start with that. So this will be Wizzy abracadabra. Generate voice. Yesterday, Twitch accepted you as a partner. That's fantastic. Play game for fun. Congratulations. I'm doing well. Just teaching myself some Unity. Okay, so we've exported that audio.
Abracadabra. Abracadabra.
It almost sounds like he's saying Avada Kedavra.
Abracadabra.
Abracadabra. GG.
Abracadabra. Abracadabra. Abracadabra.
Abracadabra. Okay, so what we can do is we can set that up to where when we approach Wizzy the Blue here, maybe he says that. Alright, this will be our first little script entry for today. And I think we'll try to attach that to his animation enchantment. So I'm going to be opening up ChatGPT, because there's no better instructor than ChatGPT. No offense, other instructors. Okay. I have a script that... Spacebar, please. That plays... Wow, I'm fat fingering today. An animation when the player... Okay, my keyboard... I think it's my keyboard. It's not me. When the player gets close. Can you help me set up playing a sound file simultaneously? Here is the script. Thanks for sharing your work, but I already did all that. To achieve this, we need 3 steps. We have to add audio source component. Make sure the game object contains audio source component. If you already have done this, you can skip this step. Assign the sound file to the audio source. In the inspector, select the game object with the enchantment script. Make sure audio source component has an audio clip assigned. Modify the script to play the sound. Update your script shown below. Okay, so we're going to copy this code, and I'm basically going to compare it with what we already have. So this is how I teach myself the last couple weeks in Unity, is just trying to understand what ChatGPT is spitting out. So, I'm just going to set up a little section here. And we're going to find the things that are different. So for one, we need the audio source component. We're going to place it here. It's a public reference. So I'm going to put it with the other public. So this is going to, in my inspector, basically the same area where I can input, like the transform and the animation itself. It's going to give me a new space for the audio source. Then we can see here, when the game starts, it's going to be calling these functions. So it's looking for the player. When the player, or actually when the game starts, it's already pulling up the animation list. And then we're also getting an audio source, so that's going to be added. And we'll keep the notes. So these are comments, these 2 slashes here. So I'm going to add that as well. So that's basically just a note that nobody in the game can see, except for me. There's a Harry Potter joke where a wizard hears Muggle children playing in the garden, yelling abracadabra. Oh, that's funny, Garnican. I'm surprised they never visited that. I imagine that's what the Avarda Kedavra was based on.
OG Shakespeare with a rate of 18.
Yeah, play game for fun. Good luck with that. I think you've got the hang of it. OG Shakespeare, welcome in. We're working on Unity stuff today. But I hope you had a nice stream. Thanks for raiding. Welcome in, everybody. Ian the IT guy, how you doing? Wicked. Welcome in, Wicked. Yokes on you, good morning. So right now we're adding AI-generated voices to our Wizzy minigame. This has been a fun learning experience. So right now I'm comparing 2 scripts. So basically I've been asking ChatGPT for advice, and ChatGPT has been helping me understand some of these scripts. So we're going to be playing a sound, and now I need to add the sound being played, as well as, looks like we already have the rotation set in place, we're good there, but then playing the sound is the new function that we're pulling up. And I think that's the only thing different. Oh, and then we have an if-else statement. So if one thing happens, this other thing doesn't happen, and vice versa. Okay, everything looks good. So I'm going to delete all of this. We'll save it. It looks like my code compiled correctly. Now I also have version control software, or not really software, but rather version control protection using Git. So this is something that I highly recommend everybody learn, especially if you're working with code. But this allows me to save code specifically in versions. So like I can make some edits and then come back to it. And let's just say I want to, pull the code that I worked on yesterday because I saved over it and now everything's broken. Well, version control software allows me to pull that imprint of the code from yesterday. And so this is kind of a habit you have to force yourself into. So first of all, I'm going to be adding a comment, add animation edits. And then I'm pushing it to the cloud. So basically my code is being stored, on GitHub. And then here's our little mini game. It's got to compile the scripts. But now when we approach Wizzy the Blue, we have it set up to where he says abracadabra. Hey, Mr. Furious X, welcome. OG Shakespeare, very cool. Curious to see how the Unity project's going. Yeah, these are mini games. This is not like a literal, I guess, full-fledged game. And this is how I would encourage anyone to start learning, is to simply teach yourself the basics by creating, these small environments. Like, I had to learn a lot just to import these, GLTF files into Unity. And I'll be honest, I had to purchase some assets to, bridge that gap. Now, right now, Unity is embarrassing me because like 1 out of 2 times it doesn't load properly. Alright, so I gotta check the console. Oh, okay, so it's not loading because it's my fault. I'm getting an error here because the script is looking for the audio source that we just set up and I didn't put it into the asset here. Although it's looking for an audio source and it's not allowing me to pick this audio file. So now we get to go back to ChatGPT. I have a, I think it's a WAV, or an audio clip. Yeah, it's a WAV. .wav file. How can I edit the script to read that? Why is spacebar so broken this morning? That's very frustrating. I'm gonna mute myself and try cleaning this. Yo, welcome in, Caratros, Hoddle Hill. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Ian. Caratros, yeah, it's a slippery slope. So, if you guys are interested in Unity, let me know. As in, like, you're looking to invest your time and/or money. But I wanted to make video games before I got into the sandbox. Unity was incredibly difficult to learn, so I had purchased a couple assets. I also have purchased Humble Bundles. Humble Bundles is the way to go. It's like $30 for like 24 assets, and that is like the best thing you can do with your money. Well, yeah, Caratros, I think the first few times it's more difficult, but once you learn these basics, it pretty much it comes naturally. At least that's what I'm hoping. Static on the mic. Ooh, thank you, Garnigan. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. Okay, I restarted my microphone. That usually fixes it. Okay, so we're pulling from the script here. The audio clip. Modify the audio source variable in the script to store audio clip instead of audio source. So this is the updated script. I should be able to just copy paste this, but I'm going to compare it with the script that I have That way I can try to understand it a little bit better. So, our new script is pulling audio clip, audio source. So this is a public reference. We can see here it was pulling audio source. So it was basically a different file it was looking for. So now we're looking for audio clip. Now we're going to be looking at the void start and the update. So when the game starts and when the game is updated based on a trigger, for example. Okay, so we can see we have an if statement for the audio source. This looks the same. Actually, no, it's a little bit different. So it's getting the audio source if the source equals a clip. Okay, helpful. And then when the game updates based on the player position, trying the free stuff. Good to hear, Julie. And yeah, let me know if you get stuck on anything in particular. Like, I got stuck on importing sandbox GLTF files. There's no easy way to do it. So I had to get a asset to do the work. But I have found a free version of the asset. So I can at least point that out to everybody. To at least get you started by, importing your sandbox made stuff into Unity. Because that to me was probably one of the most important things. Alright, so we're checking the update now. So we're looking specifically for any differences in the audio source. Everything looks the same. So we're looking at if right here. This does look a little bit different. So I'm going to use the new code that it's providing me. And just to understand. So we have audio source is playing, checking if the sound is playing. It's just trying to avoid the overlap, apparently. If audio source is playing. Wouldn't I want both of these things? For now, we'll go with the new code. Because we don't want it to overlap. And we're going to be removing the debug. Looks like we do have an if statement. Stop the sound. Okay. Well, we're going to use this code for now. Apparently, it removed some of the stuff. It removed a lot of the code in the second iteration here. Sand Dude, what's up, dude? Learn how to send stuff in spatial. Ooh, Caratros. That sounds interesting. Is spatial like a gallery? So this has an if statement, but I don't think that's supposed to be there. Because it also wasn't there in the new code either. Alright, we're going to save that and compile it. And now I should be able to drag and drop that audio file we made into our inspector. So this is the inspector. So basically the menu for whatever object I have selected. So right now we're working with Wizzy the Blue. So if I select Wizzy the Blue, we can see in his script he has audio source and he's looking for an audio clip. We can add abracadabra. We can save our project. And so now I shouldn't get an error when I try to start the game. Great. So now we can move around. And the game crashed when I approached Wizzy here. So that's not a good sign. We can check the console log. Value cannot be null. So it's telling me on line 42, this audio source cannot be null. So ChatGPT, you got some explaining to do. Apologies for the oversight, you dumb robot. Oh, it looks like he forgot to... Or maybe I forgot to add this. I'm gonna double check. So it looks like he added something different. He's referring something. In this updated script, we have audio source component if the game object is missing. This ensures that the audio source is available to play the sound. Also, the script checks if the audio clip variable is assigned before playing the sound. Make sure to assign the wave in the variable, which we did. This should resolve the error. Alright, we're going to copy the code and try it. Like a plugin for Unity that you need to install to play games. Ah, okay. That's good to know. Thank you, Julie. And Caratros with Spatial. Okay, we're trying again. It's very quiet, and I remember we had this problem last time I was playing this. Is there some audio? Maybe in my Windows setting? App volume? No, it's at max. So I remember the coins were a little too quiet too. But it does appear to be playing. Build settings, maybe project audio, global volume. I think 1 is the highest. Maybe my music's just too loud. No, I don't hear anything.
Neat.
I don't hear anything. Alright, well, I need to ask ChatGPT. We'll add a new chat. So this is in Unity 3D. I can't hear my game sound. Check audio sources. Yep, audio listener. We need audio listener component in the scene. This component is responsible for receiving the audio and sending it to the output device. I don't think I have that. So in my UI, I'm going to add a new object, and this is going to be our audio listener. If this fixes it, I mean, I'm okay with that. There are 2 audio listeners in the scene. So I gotta find where the other one is. Open its search. Oh, you guys can't see this. So we have a listener. Where else would it be? Maybe on the camera? Yeah, it's on the camera. Okay. What else? Check the audio mixer in your project settings. Verify that the volume settings for both the master and the individual audio are not set to 0. Yep, already looked. Check computer sound. Yep, already looked. Verify that the audio formats are in supported format. Yep, we already set that up. Audio clip. Ensure the audio clips used by the audio sources are not empty or null. Yep, we've already assigned those. Now my coins also, I couldn't hear them. And I know we already set that up. Maybe not. Where are my coins? Collectibles? So this sound effect should be playing too. And I can hear it play in Unity. So right now... Oh, looks like I had toggle audio on off here. Maybe that fixed it? Oh, you guys can't see what it's doing. Nope, still. This is gonna bother me. This is gonna bother me. But hey, that's what we're here for. Learning experience. Set to 2D sound. Can't really imagine why else it isn't working. And that's why I'm getting a little bit sad right now. Damn it.
Abracadabra.
Oh, what? Now he's saying it.
Abracadabra. 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 Abracadabra.
Alright, well that's progress. But now my coins I can't hear. So why can't I hear my coins? I forced everything to mono. So I'm gonna go through these settings one at a time, see if there's maybe one of those. So maybe it's like not rendering certain sounds. So we're not getting the coin sound.
Abracadabra.
We're still getting the abracadabra. So why is the coin sound not playing, huh? Huh? We have a collectible. We can hear it. We'll check the differences in the files themselves. Decompress Vorbis. Preload. Load in background disabled. Forced to mono. Everything else looks the same. I don't have load in background.
Abracadabra. Abracadabra.
We're not getting the coin sound effect. So that's gonna bother me until we fix it, so. We're gonna take a look at the scripts. So in Visual Studio Code, pulling up the coin pickup. So basically when I pick it up, it's on trigger. The player is entering the space where the coin is, and it's disabling the object. So because it's disabling the object, I actually moved the audio to a different asset altogether. So basically, I have a parent asset that is playing the sound on object disable. So we'll take a look at the script. So in the script, it's supposed to be playing the audio clip sound effect. So I think I'm referring to the wrong component, because it's playing a sound effect, or it's trying to call a sound effect. Whereas I could just be calling an audio clip, and I'm just calling it wrong. G to the M, what's up, Escape Room Artist? Welcome. So we'll save that. It does appear to have errors compiling. Okay, so it's, I was referring to it. And we want to make sure we're referring to it later in the script here. Okay, so now I'm not getting compile errors. So if I go back into Unity, I'm not saying this will fix it, but it is helping me understand other things too. So one thing that I might explore here on my Twitch channel is going through a Unity manual. Let me go grab it actually. Big book. Big book. So that might be 12-hour stream material there. We gotta learn the basics. Still no coin sound. We do have the abracadabra, though. Oh, looks like my audio clip got disassociated here. That might have had something to do with it. Do we have the time, Garnican? It's hard to say. Nope, still no coin sound.
Abracadabra. Abracadabra.
Abracadabra. Abracadabra. Abracadabra. Probably gonna have to disable that so I can listen to other things. Okay, so play sound on object. We're gonna be talking with ChatGPT again. Here is the script that isn't playing the sound properly. What the heck? Few things you should check to ensure the sounds are playing properly. Check the audio clip, double check the audio clip variable is assigned. Yep, we just checked. Verify that sound volume is set to value between 0 and 1. Yep. Did that gain boost? It's not causing the sound to be too loud. Oh, okay. Maybe we remove gain boost. See if that fixes it. Because if I recall, it wasn't doing anything before. I'm just gonna remove this. So we have transform position, which I don't see us calling up either. But we're gonna see if the gain is what fixed it. I keep looking at my desk for a brush. I had a brush. I can't find it. Oh, I found it.
Are you gonna fix it?
I'm not
I
gonna
am
fix
not gonna
anything.
Fix anything, because I'm an artist.
Oh. Thought I heard it, but it was very quiet. I did hear it. So, I think our gain was busted there. I have a lot of my volume turned up like all the way. So I don't know why it's that quiet. It should not be that quiet. This new version of the script, can you help me make it louder? Sound volume variable to a higher value than the range of 0 to 1. So it's telling me about volume. If you want the sound to play at a maximum volume, set the value to 1. If you want the sound somewhat louder than the default value, set sound volume to a value greater than 0 but less than 1. What? So 1 is maximum loudness. After making the adjustments, the updated script at a value of 10, as in the original script. So apparently I had it at a bad default. Okay, we'll see what happens. It's still super quiet.
Abracadabra. Abracadabra.
By comparison, my wizard is so loud. That's why I'm confused. So we can look at the audio peaks here. Maybe it needs like a slight delay, because I'm only hearing maybe like this part and not the full thing. That might be what's happening. How can I add a short delay so that the sound loads? Metafutura, what's up? Properly. We're working in Unity today. A coroutine allows you to introduce delays or wait for a specific amount of time before executing the next part of the code. So it's going to play the sound with a delay. It's adding a lot of code here. Added a new variable. So we have a delay in seconds. This way, when the object disabled event is triggered, the play with delay function will start the coroutine and the sound will be played with a delay specified by that variable. Okay, let's try it. Now, just to view the differences here. So we have a public float. We'll be adding these one at a time here. So a delay before play, we're going to add 2.5 seconds, so a quarter of a second. And then it's basically adding a whole new function called play sound with delay. And we're using a coroutine. Okay, we'll try it. So we need an assembly directive. Using system collections. Okay, so we just need to add that to the top of our script. Should fix it. Yep, that fixed the error. Now we can compile it back in Unity. Oh, I don't think I assigned a sound. It's probably not going to load properly. Nope, sound is registered. But we didn't hear a sound. Well, I think the game still hears it, but it's still way too quiet. Yeah, it's still so quiet. I don't understand why it's so quiet. Maybe I should just play a different sound. It could just be the sound itself. So what I'll do is I'll drag and drop the Avada Kedavra and see if that affects it. Abracadabra. Okay, so we know it has something to do with the script playing the sound for it to be this quiet. Maybe it's because it's so far away, the game object is playing in 3D space. So what I'll do is I'll attach this script to my player character. We're going to do add, create empty. It's going to be our audio scripts. And then I want to paste that component. Save it, try again.
Abracadabra.
Okay.
Abracadabra.
So I was able to hear it much better, but still pretty bad. Sound volume. Let's try boosting it even more. Abracapocus? Abracafocus. So whenever I'm waiting like that, it's because the Unity editor has to compile scripts. So it's basically reloading the edits. And it can take anywhere from like 1 to 5 seconds. Actually, like up to 10. I imagine with a bigger game, it'll take even longer.
Abracadabra.
Well, we've definitely seen some improvements here. I think I have to put it on the camera.
Abracadabra.
Oh. You know what? I'm a dingus. That's exactly what I have to do. I should have been putting these on the camera from the beginning. So basically this game object needs to be directly on top of the camera. I think that should fix it. Because that's where the audio listener is. So that's where the audio is like literally listening. Yep. We're good now. So I should be able to remove some of this old code. Go back to what I had. What the fuck? Yeah. I mean, that solved that problem. Usually the simplest answers are the hardest to, like, because you usually overlook them. But yeah, it was a very simple answers for that. It's just my camera was too far away from the literal audio that was playing. So I had, in 3D space, an object that was, you know, a mile away playing the sound, and I was like, why is it so quiet? 97A, what's up? Twitch today, yep. I think we're going to be doing Twitch from now on. It seems to be a much more enjoyable experience for everybody involved. Plus, pretty much all of my functions use Twitch. So, yeah, basically, Kick has a lot of growing up to do before, you know, it becomes a true competitor to Twitch. Okay, so, now that we have that, we're going to make Seb talk. So this one's going to be a little bit more difficult. We need to add an empty. This is going to be at Seb. Don't drop it. We're going to parent Seb to this empty game object. Now the empty game object has a box collider, a system trigger, and a dialogue actor. Collider. System trigger. And dialogue actor. So using this one for reference, we can copy those component values. We can see it's based on a size. So right now the game object itself is a little bit smaller than it needs to be. And so this has a lot to do with the transform scale. So when I do this, Seb's going to get Godzilla size. That's not what we want. So we're going to shrink Seb back down. But now we have a collider that when the player enters, he'll talk to us. Okay, so now we are also going to be doing on trigger enter. So when we enter into this box, we want Seb to say something. So when the player enters the box, he's going to be doing this action. So it's going to be a bark. So what should Seb say, huh? What do you guys think Seb should say? Is this 0.9? Not quite PG Metaverse. Seb should say, I like chalky milk. Okay, my spacebar is really annoying me right now. He should be saying welcome. Alright, fine. He'll say welcome. Welcome. I like chalky milk. Okay, it looks like everything else is fine. So again, it's based on a trigger. So when the player enters, he's going to say that chat bubble. Now we also have a dialogue actor, which has a pretty generic user interface. It's basically using the chat bubble. Any other settings we need to adjust? Nope. But we'll go ahead and copy this component. We can take a look. Yep, it was, the only difference here is that it was using the specific chat bubble. Right here. So now if I press play, which will move our player in front of Seb. You gotta fact check the chalky milk. You never know, Mr. Furious. Also, I would argue that the majority of planet Earth enjoys chalky milk. Alright, great. So, Seb does say his chat bubble, although it is a little bit lower than we would want it. Now, we can make edits here in play mode. The only problem is it doesn't save. So, this is like a thing in Unity you have to keep in mind, is that if you make edits during play mode, so while the screen is green for me, you need to ensure that you copy the functions that you adjust. So right now, I'm unsure as to why it's so low. We have a UI offset. So I'll raise it to 2 and see if that fixes it. Might have to adjust some things. Nope, there we go. So, for whatever reason, this edit is not even working right now. That's fine. The other characters seem to be at a better offset. Maybe it's orange that has the correct offset? Because he's the one we've been working on. 0.5. Everybody seems to have 0.5. But I guess Seb and his character box is too low. We didn't give an animation to Seb yet. That might have something to do with it. So Seb does need a box collider so that the player can't step on him, or step through him, I should say. You can see the box collider is going to be at his feet right now, probably. Yep. We need to make it larger. So it's very likely because his applied scale is too low. So if I apply it, no, it looks like everybody else has the incorrect scale too. We need this box collider to be much larger. And so that's what everybody else has, is 45, 75, 45. So we'll copy those values. So these are all things I set up the other day. So yeah, now the player won't be able to step on him in this range. We'll make it a little bit more to scale. And then we also want to give him the animation. So for now, he'll do AFK. Sure. Let's see what happens. Yeah, escape room artist. Chalky milk. It's all based on the spelling. Welcome. I like chalky milk. So now if we walk away, we'll go back to idle. I think the AFK animation might be on loop. So we'll probably give him a different animation. Let's remove that. We'll give him the same one as Wizzy the Purple here. No facepalm. Oh. I mean, we gotta make him dance, right? I mean, that's pretty good. Is there anything else? Ugh. I should definitely hide something up here. Yeah, my spacebar is like having a bad day today.
Abracadabra. Abracadabra.
Well, I don't know if I want the sound effect to play on loop.
Abracadabra. 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 Abracadabra.
And yes, Wizzy the Blue sounds like Obama. That was the voice we chose. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick commercial break. I'm gonna see if I can clean my keyboard. Be right back. And we're back. So, yeah, we've actually been making good progress on our checklist here. Fixed the sound effects, blocked our character axes. We got Seb talking. We need Seb to have a more introductory quest. So, we're going to change it to where he's like, welcome. I could use your assistance. And so what I want to try and teach myself is approaching Seb. I want to have the option to click E. So I should probably write this down. Click E. And that's gonna give me a kind of like an asker in Sandbox, where he tells me about his coins. Find coins dialogue. Anything else? Oh yeah, and then with our audio, our voice sounds, we want them to play one time when the player enters the space. So, yeah, let's go ahead and try setting up this asker. So we're going to need another trigger. So we'll make another empty here. This is going to be trigger event, dialog system trigger. So we want on use. What is on use? How do we refer to that? Oh. Okay. Well, I need to pull up the dialogue system then. Pixel Crushers. Oh, I found a free PDF viewer. I don't know if anybody needs that, but it was something I've been looking for, and I found a really good one. Everybody wants money for, like, everything. Kind of annoying. It's a funny irony, yeah, 97A. And we're forcing him to it. For free? For free? Yes. Okay, so... looks like there's a demo. Maybe I should just play the demo. That's pink. It's pink because of the materials I'm using. Now, is there in some add-ons that'll give you a easy fix here, but it doesn't look like it. Well, I don't see his materials anywhere. Where are your materials? We have a usable component. Spacebar to inspect. That's useful. He has 2 system triggers? Oh, I didn't know you could do 2. That's good to know. Alright. So where are the materials? We want in dialogue system. So all of these I need to update. Let's convert. Now that should fix it. Okay, great. So now we're in the demo. We can play through it. So this is the dialogue system. This is what I'm trying to incorporate. It's basically a way to approach a player or a NPC and be given chat on screen. I don't care about the sound for now. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Well, it doesn't like me playing in different resolutions, apparently. That's something to do with the camera. Spacebar to interact. Ooh, Godot. Have you used Godot before, 987A? As interested as I am in learning Godot, because honestly, it's probably the new Unity. It's open source. Actually, I don't know if it's open source, but it's very popular right now with new developers. But I'm very committed to Unity simply because of how much I've invested in it. Not only in time, but in money. Because I've purchased quite a few assets. Such as this one. Like, I'm literally teaching myself dialogue using this. Okay, so this is somewhat what we're setting up. Or want to set it up. And so we're replying. And that does give me a little quest on the top right. Okay, so we'll try and understand that. So he has the usable component that allows me to interact with him. And then by interacting with him, which apparently is spacebar by default, it's going to be pulling up a reference database. I should be able to open this. Oh, it is open source 9A. Unity and Unreal both are mirrored in royalties and IP. Yeah, I agree. Well, Unreal more so. Simply because Unreal has like its own Steam like marketplace. So Unreal has pros and cons by having its own marketplace like that. You're essentially using the same assets as Fortnite. Whereas Unity, they don't take royalties. However, you are heavily reliant on their software. So if I were to make a game in Unity, that's probably one of the best things about it. And like when I publish it, like it's my IP, it's my project. The only thing that Unity wants you to do, and it's also optional, is to like say like, hey, this was made in Unity. So right now I'm trying to open up the demo database. Okay, looks like we were able to find it. Yep, here we go. And yeah, I agree, 9A7A. I think open source is always going to be the future. I've seen it firsthand with a couple software I use, like my broadcasting software, Open OBS, Open Broadcasting Software. It has become the staple for streaming. That's it. There's like no comparison, and it's because people are contributing. And then my note-taking software, Obsidian, in less than 2 years, it's become the new, like, the best note-taking software. In less than 2 years. Oh, Nervex, you like Godot. And yeah, Blender is another great example, 9A. Whom else? I mean, those are the first ones that come to mind. I've been trying to teach myself GIMP and Sony Vegas. GIMP is open source. Sony Vegas is not. But I got both of those for free, and I'm trying to get away from like paid software. You have to realize, like, there's so many software that just want to jump on that subscription model, which is now just so scummy. Every single software is going for subscription based. And it shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't have to pay $150 a year to use your software. Could you imagine if every video game you played required you to have a subscription? Okay, so this is everything we're looking for. However, it seems to be giving me errors. So we have sequences. It's also pulling up conditions, which is useful. So it's basically saying like, hey, if I do not have this quest and I talk to this character and I say yes, then you're going to give me the quest. We also have a camera close-up, which is pretty nice. I might try adding that. Then we have like the typical, here's the quest dialogue. He's talking with me, the player. We have a description. That's for my benefit. So we have 3 different variations of when we talk to this character. So that's very helpful, is like seeing this in a visual kind of graph. So this is called Dialogue System. It's a paid model. I got it in a Humble Bundle. But it's one of the best choices for doing dialogue. So the start entry we don't want to touch. We have dialogue entry here that when I agree to finding the password, it's going to set variable. Now this variable should activate here, right? Dialog text, conditions, get the launch. So basically when I have the quest active, this is what becomes available as my chat dialogue. And then when I complete the quest, we have a success. Great. So we're going to be making something similar for Seb. And so this is going to be probably tomorrow's project, because we're almost close to my usual ending time. So I'm going to pull up my notepad and just take some quick notes. Okay, so in my handy dandy notepad, this will be Seb Quest. Seb Quest. Learn cache that software is dumping it down the pot. True, 9A. It's everything is connected to the internet, so these subscription softwares are basically constantly refreshing themselves to make sure you're still connected to the internet so that they can still get your money. And it's just, it's so frustrating to know. I don't know. I'm not a fan of subscription based. Like, I should be paying for a product and being able to use it. I shouldn't have to pay for it recurrently. So in the quest, we need 3 branches of dialogue. Damn, dude, my space bar. I'm getting so annoyed right now. Sorry. I'm sorry. So, first one is accepting the quest. We need during the quest. Completion of the quest. So, this will lead to the victory screen. Quest tells us how many we've found. Accepting the quest. Brings up the overlay. All of these are going to be conditional as well. Learning new updates for learning subscriptions, very true. And single player games shouldn't be playable without internet connection. Exactly, Garnican. That's where it's like, it's so scummy. Like it's, like Ubisoft is doing this with pretty much every game. EA games, like for example, Jedi Order, I think is one of the leaders in doing this right now. It's just a cash grab. I don't understand. Okay, so we're going to be adding on use, which is triggering our dialogue. We can see this is just the system trigger, which is sending hide alert. I don't know what that is. It shows alert messages during gameplay. Looks like we can add a quest as well. It's good to know. Alright. There's a lot to learn with this, but taking it step by step is like very important. So I'm just trying to get my feet wet and understand all the various things I can add. So we're referencing a database. That's what I'm looking at in the bottom left here. We have a sequence of actions when I start talking to him. It's hiding an alert and pulling up the dialogue manager. And then we're starting the conversation private heart. And that is on use. Okay. Am I going to remember all that? Probably not. Mafiosa. It's currently compiling all my code, still loading. There it goes. Okay, so we're going to be starting a new quest here. Quest is going to be coins, please. Seb dropped his wallet. Lol. Help a brother out. And then item. I didn't set this up, but we'll see if it works. Coins item. conversation, we're going to start a new conversation here. We've got 3 nodes. So first node, we need to set up the actors. So this is going to be Seb. He the best. At me. So this is actor Seb. We want the title to be beginning. This is going to be during. And finished. Okay, so this is basically where we're going to be starting tomorrow. Seb, on the other hand, he does need an on-use. Usable. And then dialogue system trigger on use. So he's right now it's going to be spacebar, but I want to change this. Maybe that's what we can finish today on. Okay. On use. I'm trying to understand here if I can change the on-use function. Conversation trigger, dialogue trigger, event. Okay. Well, my brain is officially like shutting off right now. So I think I gotta change gears. This has been a fun experiment, but I got other things I have to do today, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. We'll see if anybody else is currently live. It doesn't look like anybody in the sandbox. Holly's currently playing Diablo. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Hope you have a nice day today. Half a great one. Hey, thanks, Mr. Furious. Thank you, 97A, Hoddle Hill. Mushy indeed, Escape Room Artist. Always a pleasure. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to send the raid Holly's way. She's a very supportive individual. Loves talking about mental health and how, you know, she's overcome her own challenges. So please do stick around and get those channel points for raiding. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow if you're available. We'll be in the sandbox next week. So tomorrow's going to be another Unity Day.
Free now!
Yay!
Hey everybody, it's closing.
It's closing time.
You don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here.
Woo! Thanks, Go West. Thanks, Play Game, for fun. Have a great day, everybody. Talk to you soon.